Welcome to day 6 of the Hero Podcast with me, Suppoman, your superhero podcaster. This is going to be an awesome podcast because I am going to be talking about Facebook ads. Now, a lot of the reason why people get in contact with me on Udemy is because they've got a problem with their Facebook ads. So I am aiming to talk about the top 3 reasons why Facebook ads fail. Now, if you like what you hear, please do leave me a like on YouTube or Facebook. And if you don't like what you hear, then please leave me a dislike on YouTube or an angry face on Facebook. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, then I am really grateful because that is how I would prefer you to watch this. So if you're watching on Facebook and on YouTube, then would you please subscribe to my podcast, and the link is in the description. So the top reasons why Facebook ads fail. There's a number of reasons, but I am going to cover the 3 top ones. And the first one is targeting. Now, when I am selling my digital products, I am making sure that I am targeting the most appropriate audience for my product. Okay, you've got to look at it as if you are going on the street and handing out flyers. Okay, you want to be handing out flyers to the people that look like they are most appropriate or doing an activity that is most appropriate for what you are selling. Okay, so that is essentially what you're doing. So the last thing that you would do is give a flyer to somebody who is a vegan if you have got a burger product or a meat product at a restaurant. Okay, that is the equivalent of getting targeting wrong. You are putting the product in front of the wrong market for it, a market that will never buy it. Okay, so let me show you some examples live. So we are on my Facebook page right now, and there are 2 main adverts that are being presented to me, and you can tell that because they are sponsored posts. One is on my newsfeed and the other is on my right column, which are 2 places that you can advertise with Facebook ads. Now, this is a post about building a 6-figure income. Now, I make money online, so this may be potentially for me. This is the kind of product I would like. But how does this person know that I am the right person for their product? What have they put in the targeting? Now, this is a tip that I would definitely recommend that you follow. Okay, when you see an advert, have a look and see how they've targeted you. So you've got this drop down right next to their name, and you've got some options, and the one you want to click on is why am I seeing this? And Facebook will give you information as to what the targeting was that this person has used to put the ad in front of you. So why am I seeing this advert? One reason why you're seeing this advert is because Russ Ruffino wants to reach people interested in Michael Hyatt. So I have obviously liked a Michael Hyatt page or clicked on a Michael Hyatt advert, which you can get through Audience Insights and on the ads creation screen when you are going through interests. So they think that what they provide is very similar to Michael Hyatt, who does also generating an income from online efforts. So this person has discovered that I am engaging with adverts that sell a product very similar to what he's selling. There may be other reasons why you're seeing this advert, including that Russ Ruffino wants to reach people between 27 to 55 who live in the UK. So what he's done is he has picked 27 to 55 for his age targeting, and he has picked Michael Hyatt for his behaviour or interest targeting. So that's why I have seen it. Okay, so if I want to hide all adverts from this advertiser, I can, if I don't like their post. Now, if I hide the advert, what will happen is that this will give negative feedback to Facebook. Okay, because it's telling Facebook that the guy has got his targeting wrong. And so Facebook will basically penalise the advert. They may not have the advert taken away, but they'll certainly have a black mark against it, and eventually the ad might not show because we've told Facebook that we feel negatively towards it. But the targeting in this respect is good because this is the kind of thing I would go for, but I'm not personally interested in it. Now let's look at Russell Brunson, and Russell Brunson is another person who is selling income generating products, okay? And he sells very similar products to myself. And again, we've got a drop down right next to his advert, and you can put, why am I seeing this? So it's saying one reason why you're seeing this is because Russell Brunson wants to reach people who have visited his website or one of his apps, okay? So this is based on customer information provided by Russell Brunson. What that means is that Russell Brunson has obviously installed a Facebook pixel. Now the Facebook pixel tracks visitors to a person's website or on their apps, okay? So I have obviously gone to Russell Brunson's website as a result of clicking on one of his ads, and his Facebook pixel has tracked that. So when he's created the advert, he has created a custom audience of people who have visited his website. So this is already a warm audience because I've engaged with Russell Brunson's pages or products before. So I'm a warm audience. Warm audiences are basically people who have engaged with somebody or interacted with somebody but hasn't necessarily bought their product, and that would mean a hot audience, and is not a cold audience where I've never heard of him before. So I'm warm. So he has ascertained that I'm a warm customer, and so he feels I'm a more appropriate person to place his ads in front of. There may be other reasons you're seeing the advert, because he's looking to reach people aged between 20 and 62 who have recently been in the United Kingdom. So recently been in. So not necessarily lived in, but recently been in the United Kingdom. So that's very, very interesting. So you can hide the advert and that will give negative feedback, or you could actually say this advert was useful. It also says opt out of seeing adverts based on websites and apps or Facebook, which means that I am saying I don't want the Facebook pixel to ever track what I'm doing on another person's website again. Okay, so you've got that option available to you. Most people don't click on this, so your ads are quite safe, unless it's an ad that's terrible. So what I'm trying to say is if you've got your targeting right, and look at what these guys have done, they're basically making sure that I am behaving in a way which gives them an indication that I would buy their product. I've visited a very similar competitor and they think that their product is very useful for me. That's good targeting because I do gravitate to those kinds of adverts. And similarly with Russell Brunson, he's used the Facebook pixel. So I'm a warm audience. So the targeting is excellent. Okay, but there are some instances where you will see an advert. So this one, this 0 advert. Why am I seeing this advert? One reason why you're seeing this is because they want to reach people who may be similar to their customers. So I'm basically a lookalike audience. So lookalike audience is if a company has been selling a product to a successful audience, so they've established an audience that have been quite successful, they can create a lookalike audience on custom audiences on Facebook. So people who look and match the profiles of their successful audience. And I'm obviously one of them. So I am part of a lookalike audience. Now, I personally do not like this ad. The ad doesn't do anything for me. They also want to reach people 25 or older that have been in the United Kingdom. So these guys must have a lot of money because there's going to be plenty of people above the age of 25. And I personally do not like this advert. So I'm going to hide all adverts from this advertiser. And as you can see here, it says, thanks for the feedback. That's negative feedback for this seller. However, it's not appropriate for me. It's been poor advertising. And as a result, they've got negative feedback. So do you see what I mean? If you target the wrong person, you could have your ads disabled. You could have your reach completely lowered and reduced because you have been pitching to the wrong people. And wrong people will give bad feedback to Facebook. You don't want that. But in the case of Russ Ruffino and Russell Brunson, they've done a great job of targeting. So targeting is important. You have to make sure that you match what your product provides, the needs that it solves, or pains that it solves, versus the customers who are likely to have those pains. So when I create Facebook ads for selling my Facebook ads course to people, I will target people who are Facebook page admins. And the reason why is because these are guys who manage Facebook pages. They run Facebook ads for like campaigns, for page post engagement campaigns. So they're the best audience for me. So that gives you an indication. Warm audiences, custom audiences, gives you better targeting. Let's move on now to reason 2 why Facebook ads fail. The second reason is lack of video. Now, as you saw in the advert, or if you're not watching and listening to this on podcast, the advert that I gave negative feedback on was an image. I personally don't really like images, because if I click on the advert because I want to know more, I want to see a video demonstration of that product. Why should I buy that product? Okay, and if they don't have video, there's nothing for me to engage with, there's nothing for me to trust that seller with, and therefore like that seller with. If there's no trust there, there's unlikely to be me liking the person, because I'm not going to like somebody I don't trust. I prefer to trust somebody and then I grow to like them. So if you don't have video, there's no way of demonstrating the value of your product, if the person that's selling the product is the right salesperson or entrepreneur, because at the end of the day, the reason why people buy from people is because of the people element, okay? You tend to buy because of a person's personality and whether you can trust them and like them. And if you don't trust them and like them and don't like their personality, you're not going to buy from them. So you have to be the best salesperson of your product. And a video is the best way of doing this. So if we go to my Suppoman page, you can see my best ever advert was this one here. My Facebook ads tutorial 2017. Grow your Facebook page to over 200,000 likes at 0.003 of $1 per like. Okay, so with that video, I essentially just gave value immediately to the people watching, okay? They are taken straight into a tutorial where they learn how to create a Facebook ad that gets them likes at 0.003 of $1, which is arguably one of the best prices I have ever seen to get likes, and I'm responsible for it. So I'm enlightening people how they can do it. Because certainly before I did the ad that got me 0.003 of a like and one that got me 0.04 of a like, you would pay 1 cent per like. And 1 cent per like is a lot more expensive than 1/3 of a cent. So I am providing one of the best prices to get likes, and I show them that for free. Now this is part of my marketing course, my Facebook ads course, which I of course am selling here. I've got a link for it, and I say get 95% off my full 11-hour Facebook ads and marketing course at that link. But I provide them the video to give them the information anyway. Now, most people who sell products on Facebook, they will not give value. They'll just put some naff image or a promo video that doesn't give any value. It just basically goes over the product, but it doesn't give any value. What about the product is worth buying? Okay, so this is why I give one of my best tutorials on this product. Because 0.003 per like is an insane price per like. So I've made this the center point for my ad, okay? And I have given that value for free. And what I've said to people is, if you want to learn more, click in the link and you can get 11 hours of more tips, okay? So what I'm doing there is I'm giving people an opportunity to trust me and like me. If they see this tutorial and I show them the proof it works, they can trust me and they can see this because I'm going through it in a tutorial. It's not just some stupid picture or some naff promo video that's not giving any value and that's not allowing the audience to trust you. In this video, I am trying to establish trust, and that's so important. And if they trust me, then it comes down to, do they like me? And I try and come across in my authentic self. High energy, you know, full of passion and excitable, okay? And if people like that, then, and they like me as a result, they'll buy the product. So if I establish trust and I establish likability, they'll buy my product. But you can only get this across in video. A good quality video where you give free value straight away. Okay? And so many people don't do this, and that's why so many people do so badly with ads, and why I do so well with ads. This is why I'm able to sell courses on Facebook ads. I do so well with adverts. I've got amazing social proof with adverts that sell and convert. Okay, and this particular advert is still converting for me even in May 2017. So the second key reason why people don't succeed with or fail with ads is because they don't have a video. And secondly, they don't have a video that establishes trust and likability. So that brings us to reason number 3. The third reason why Facebook ads fail is because they don't make any emotional connection with the audience. Now you will notice on Facebook posts, you've got the ability to react. Okay, you've got the like, which has always been there, but now you've got the heart, which is basically you love that stream or that video or that post. You've got the ha-ha, so it makes you laugh. You've got the kind of wow, so you're happy with it. You've got this one here, which is like smiley, I like it. You've got this one, which is it made me sad, and this one here that it made me angry. If you can strike an emotional chord with your audience, they are more likely to buy your product, and they're certainly more likely to interact with your product. So my best ever costs for Facebook ads have been because people have interacted. Now, by engaging or interacting with your post, that means they like it or react to it, they comment on it, they share it, they click a link in it, or they click the video. Okay, so those are the 6 ways in which the audience can engage with your video. So if you strike an emotional connection with your audience, you're likely to get one of these reactions. You're also likely to get a comment. So just to give you an example of an extreme example of a superb Facebook post that I did at the weekend is this one right here, where I put, who would you like as Prime Minister of the UK? Because we're having a snap election in the UK and we are able to choose potentially a new Prime Minister. So I've given 4 choices, and what I've done is I've put reaction faces or icons on top of the choices, and I have filmed it as a live video. Now what happens is that people live get to vote on their favourite candidate by putting one of these reactions. Now look at this. So if I click right here on the reactions, you can see there have been 6,100 reactions. Now as a result of that, 288,000 people were reached. So because there were so many reactions happening with this post, Facebook spread it out more to more and more people, and it went viral. So you can see here, 81,000 views, 6.1 thousand reactions, 197 shares, 2,026 comments. That is an extreme example of incredible engagement. And the reason why is because of the emotion. This post strikes an amazing emotional connection with the audience. Now, if I wanted to put an ad on it, it's very likely this ad would cost me virtually nothing because this is getting so many reactions, okay? Because if you see the post and I target it in the right way, then people are likely to press one of the reaction buttons. And if they feel really passionate about it, they're very likely to comment as well, which gives me so much engagement from one person, which means that I'll be paying a ridiculous amount per engagement, probably 0.0001 at the least, which is amazing, okay? So, a way to get amazing reach and get it out to more people and be paying very little for your Facebook ad is to make sure that it strikes an emotional connection. If you make somebody press the reactions, it's going to take your engagement costs right down to the lowest. If people literally just swipe past your ad because it's made them feel nothing, then what will happen is you will pay a lot for the ad. So basically, if you put a page post engagement ad, which is arguably one of the best advert types on Facebook. I mean, you've got conversion ads, you've got like campaigns, you've got lead campaigns. The best advert I have ever run has been a page post engagement ad. And the reason why is because you can put the link to your sales page within the post. So every time somebody clicks into it, that is an engagement and it brings the cost down. So page post engagement ads are the best ads and also the lowest cost ads, as long as you can make people react and click one of those buttons, whether it's the reaction, the comment, the share, clicking on the actual video, clicking on the link to the product you're selling. If you can do that, you will take the cost per engagement right down. And with 0.0003 or 0.0002, what's going to happen is you're going to be paying around about $10 for 50,000 engagements. That's amazing. So 50,000 views of your video could only cost you $10 if you get your cost per engagement right down. So this is another reason that enables Facebook ads to really do well. But they fail if they don't strike an emotional connection with the audience. So if I just show you this advert again, this one by Russ Ruffino, you can see it's had 1.7k views. It's had 1,700 people actually clicking into it and looking at it. There's no view unless you look at the video and actually watch the video. Yet, 2 comments, 3 reactions. Okay, so although he's got a good ad, I kind of like the ad, it's pitched to me and I'm probably the right audience for it. Because it's not having much engagement, he's probably paying an arm and a leg. And what I mean by that, he's paying a lot of money to serve this ad to his target audience because there's no emotional connection. It doesn't make me laugh, it doesn't make me angry, it doesn't make me wowed, it doesn't make me love it. Okay, and as a result of that, he's paying a lot to have this advert served to me. So if he actually put an emotionally connecting video on his advert, he'd do so much better. He would have, hundreds of reactions, hundreds of comments within his 1,700 views. But because he makes people feel nothing, they don't react. And just to go back to my ad, as you can see, it's had 32,000 views, it's had 1,000 reactions, it's had 76 shares, it's had a ton of comments, and a load of link clicks, both to the video and to the link containing the coupon code to my Udemy course. So if you ever wondered the top 3 reasons why Facebook ads fail, you now have them. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you take these tips and you don't mess up on them. The best thing you can do is great targeting to warm audiences that engage with products or with pages or in behaviors that are the right behaviors for your product, that you make sure that you put an engaging video, a video that builds trust and likability, and that you make a video that there's emotional connection between the video and the person viewing it. If you can do that, you will pay very little for your ad, and not only that, but you will have an enormous reach for your ad and get more sales. So I hope that that's helped you. I hope that you've loved day 6 of the Hero podcast, and I will see you in day 7.